Okay, here we go. I'm going to pay points for this, so look up. Here's what you should have done. You should have said x is approaching infinity, so I'm going to compare. The next line should look like this. Comparing these two terms, we learned that a power function goes much faster than a basic exponential. So the power function is dominant. So negative 12 x to the 100. On the bottom, we have two power functions. We take the larger of the two power functions. Next line, we can break it up. So now we have negative 12 over 3 multiplied by x to the 100 over x to the 100. You don't have to write both the blue and the green, but you need to have one of them written as I have shown on the board. So be honest with me. Raise your hand if on your paper you have either the blue or the green written down. 2 points. Well done. Then you conclude, hey, this will always equal 1 unless x equals 0. It's not going to happen for this problem. So we have a limit of negative 4. So now we know that as x approaches positive infinity, y is approaching negative 4. So we have a right half horizontal asymptote at y equal, I wrote that wrong, hold on. How many saw the error? 2 points. Okay, be honest again, show me your hands. How many wrote something on your paper to conclude that there was a horizontal asymptote of y equal negative 4? 2 more. We have a question. Yeah, I keep telling you that the AP test writers are trying to trap you. Here's a trap they've set for you. Look up here. You learned previously, it's been a long time, so if you have forgotten, don't stress. But natural log of 0 or any negative is unknown, undefined. So I cannot find the value of this formula for any x's that are 0 or negative. That means there's no point in trying to find the limit as x approaches negative infinity. There's nothing to calculate. So the answer to this problem is there's like nothing on the left-hand side. There's nothing there. There's nothing to do. This is the complete answer. We're done. There's just nothing on the left-hand side. In the answers in the back, I don't recall what I put. Oh, here we go. X cannot be 0 or negative since natural log is undefined. So all we have is a right half horizontal asymptote. Question, please.
So would that mean that there was a horizontal asymptote at 0?
No. The graph, I don't know exactly what the graph would look like, too, for George for asking. But here's kind of what you're going to have. You're going to have something over here, but you don't have anything over here. So there's just nothing there. There's no asymptote, there's no dots, there's no nothing.
So it's not asking for just a horizontal asymptote here. It is asking for a right and a left half.
Hey, 2 more for George. Look, every single problem wants you to consider that there could be a right half horizontal asymptote or a left. On the pink homework, right and left were the same. So we just kind of stopped worrying about it. On the yellow, they can be different. So, good question, please.
If they are the same, do you just want to write horizontal asymptote at whatever?
Yeah, that would be sufficient if they have the same going both ways. Shoot for Jack, right? Slater. Anybody else?
Wait, can you say one more time why?
Yes. Okay, remember, hey, nobody talk. Remember, all we're doing is we're choosing an x and we're computing a y. If we're trying to find out what happens as we go left to a large negative number, we are plugging in an x that will be very, very negative. But we can't do that with ln of s because that function, we don't know what the natural log of a negative number is. So there's no way to compute any y coordinates over here. Like all of the y coordinates inside of this orange box, there are none. So there's nothing on that half of the plane. Two more for Trey. Sweet, let's keep going, please.
Is that when there's a log in the equation, because there's no natural log behind it, but there will never be a left side, never be a negative side.
Hey, everybody listen. Ethan Renshaw, yep. No, Ethan's dead on. If I see a formula that involves, now you gotta be a little careful, like if they had natural log of x squared. Now if I plug in a negative number, it gets squared first. The natural log of a positive number is known. So I will have points over on the left-hand side. If I had natural log of something like this, I can actually plug in negative numbers up to 100 and still find values, because this will still be positive. I haven't seen them be tricky like that for the AP test. But they possibly could, but they really haven't pushed you that hard. But basically, if you're trying to find the natural log of something that's negative, you can't. So you're right, there will be no points over there. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Two more.
If there is an n at the top and then there's the same thing at the bottom of the fraction, will that change anything at all, or will it still be undefined?
So if you're talking about what's happening on the left half, still undefined.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't, think of it this way, Max. Even though that is equal to 1, it can't equal 1 if I don't even know what that is. And so for natural log of 0 or negative, I don't know what that is. Two more. Did that answer your question earlier? Okay. Sweet. Let's turn this one.